Good afternoon, or shall I say good evening to my peeps out here in the digital space. Hope everyone is having a terrific Tuesday. This is some off the cuff stuff, something that hit my radar this morning um, that I wanted to share with you all. I know sometimes y'all tend to think that I'm kind of diarrhea at the mouth about this financial awareness or some awareness period as far as helping us be better, to do better. But I believe in sharing. But if you're not in the season of receiving, that's okay, because I know there are only going to be a selective people who are going to come on and listen and take heed to the information that I share. So, not offended by it at all. It's perfectly okay because we make time for what we really want to make time for. Um, so it's pretty much up to you as you go through life. And I'm not saying that I'm a perfect person and I make all the right decisions, but data drives decisions. Okay. And if you don't have enough data in front of you, then it's hard for you to make the decisions that we all need. And so the data comes from awareness. You may not have the awareness to understand this. You may not have the awareness to make a decision. But if you have resources and tools that can give you some awareness about certain things to where you can make an informed decision, then leverage that resource. Okay, so I'm just trying to be that resource, that vessel, that tool to help everyone make a decision. Okay, just providing some data. I'm nobody perfect. Don't try to be, not even claiming to be perfect. I'm just trying to be the best person that I can every day, and I just want to help others who are making that decision as well. We can go on this journey together. All right. So I want to come on here and share with you all about an article that I came across this morning. I'm just not getting around sharing it, but this is about the power of your federal government. And I had to learn this as well. Y'all might want to share, like, and comment on this one because all of this is coming from as a result of the new Tax Act and Job Cuts law. Okay. All this is centered around the new tax laws. All right. And let me share this with you. And I was reading this article and I put the link in the caption here for everyone to click on the link so you can read it for yourself, because this is not something said made up. This is something that said came across and did some research on. But let me give some quick shout outs real quick before I get into this topic. And the topic is: the government took this single mom's $3,063 tax refund to cover her student loan debt that she was in default of. Now she's trying to get it back. All right. That's what the article is all about. But I'm going to go in details as far as how that all came about. Miss Taylor, thanks for jumping on and happy birthday. Mr. Brooks, I see you. Thanks for jumping on. Elaine, thanks for jumping on. Mr. Carter, thanks for jumping on. All right. So let me share the topic of discussion again. And this is the topic of discussion. The link is already, this is CNBC news article. So I put the link in the caption for you all to take a look at it and read it for yourself. So this is not something I mustered up and just grabbed something out of the air. This is a resource where I came across and got educated on. So now I'm just sharing what I got educated on. But this is about a single moms, and it's more than just single moms, single dads, or anyone who's in a student loan default or behind in their student loan payment. Now the government is now taking your refund and putting it on your default student loan debt. Okay. So let me get into this article. All right. So we talked about this particular single mom. You'll see it. She got back $3,063 in federal tax refund. And what happened was this: she qualified for the child tax credit. So I guess, and I would like to say that child tax credit helped her get what she got in her tax refund. But the government instead applied that money to her past due student loan account. Now we all know tax refunds is nothing more than we treat it as a lifeline for as extra money. Okay, we treat it as a lifeline for extra money, and we kind of carry on throughout the year with that notion that it is extra money. Hence the reason why we treat it like a we treat it as our lifeline. But here's the statistics from the IRS themselves. The average check from the IRS in 2019 so far has been roughly $2,700. Okay, $2,700 pretty much represents 6 weeks of income for the typical family in the U.S. Right, 6 weeks. All right, and now just imagine now that that tax refund had went down in compared to years past. Okay, and that's because of the fact of the new tax laws. But even so, in 2019, they've already came out with a benchmark that the average refund check has been every bit about $2,700. Now, in case you didn't know, some of us pretty much know, but in case we have forgotten, our U.S. government, okay, our U.S. government has extraordinary collection power. Okay, they got collection power. They can exercise that collection power at any given time that they want to. All right, you know, anytime. But see, think about it. If you in the federal jurisdiction, meaning student loan debt is federal debt. If you default on or get behind on a federal debt, guess what the government can do? They can flex their muscle and exercise their collection power and seize your tax refund. They also can seize your earned income, your earned income and child tax credit, as well as your Social Security. Okay, y'all hear me on this now. Your federal government has collection powers that we sometimes tend to forget or do not know. Again, student loan debt, that's being lent out to students who attend college. Well, that comes from the federal government. That comes from the federal government. The federal government say, you're gonna pay me my money back, and you're not gonna get behind on you repaying my money, or here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna seize your tax refund. Hence, that's what happened to this single mom. Okay, we're gonna seize your earned income credit, all your child tax credit. Listen, earned income credit and child tax credit, those are huge tax savings for people, particularly people who are head of household, right, and have a dependent under the age of 17. Okay, or even for parents who file jointly. Okay, that's a huge tax credit. Earned income credit and child tax credit are a huge tax incentive for having dependents under the age of 17. All right, but if the federal government sees that you behind on paying them back from these student loan debts, they can seize that money. Okay, they can seize your tax refund. They can seize your wages and your Social Security check. So here's some statistics here. Here's some numbers that out of this article, because I'm kind of giving y'all the cliff note. Okay, I'm kind of giving y'all the cliff note. But here's some numbers that you may want to pay attention to. So economists already have predicted that the U.S. government had already taken at least $3.3 billion from a $1.4 million student loan borrowed federal tax refund, as to compare to in previous years about $2.3 billion from a $1.2 million borrowers in 2016, 2017. Okay, that's a lot of money that's been taken from borrowers for their money, tax refund, to go on student loan that you've been behind on. Okay, I'm telling y'all, the government can flex their muscles anytime they get ready. You earn it, they'll take it. And if you owe them, they'll take it. They'll take it. So it's best to get on their side. But I'm a show you a way how you can get on their side and not have the worry of losing earned income credit or child tax credit or your tax refund for that matter, as far as you being behind on your student loan debt. But let me give you some more numbers. Okay. So these are student loan borrowers losing their tax refund. Okay. So in 2017, you had at least 1.13 million student loan borrowers losing their money to tax refund. In 2018, 1.3, almost 1.4, and then 2019 they already had got the numbers at least 1.4, almost 1.5 million, and that's losing their tax refund. Okay, now here's the thing. Borrowers can go to the education department and have them review it to where they can have their return come back to them to keep their money from keep their tax refund from being seized. However, tax refund is the hardest monetary or hardest money that you can get back. It's harder than getting your Social Security money or your wage offset. And so what happens is this: when you go to the education department to review it, to request getting your money back, you're going to have to show some documentation and proof that you are at risk of eviction or in foreclosure. All right, those are the conditions to where the education department will conduct a review of your situation to report to the federal government to say, give them their money, their tax refund money back to them. Okay. Now, what's going on? What's going on, Miss G? Let me give out some more shout outs while I'm here. Let's see. Yolanda, thanks for jumping on. Miss Bibb, thanks for jumping on. Mr. Williams, thanks for jumping on. Miss Daniels, thanks for jumping on. Earl, Mr. Gravette, I hope I ain't chop up your name. Thanks for jumping on. Mr. McGinnis, thanks for jumping on. Miss Jackson, thanks for jumping on. Mr. Reese, thanks for jumping on. And Miss Hollis, thanks for jumping on. All right. So those are some numbers, right? So you can go to the education department and have them review this, but you better have some proof that you're in foreclosure or at risk of being evicted. Okay. Now here's what I want to share with you all. All right. I don't went kind of the highlights or gave you the cliff notes of the article. You can click on the link that's in this caption after this Facebook Live. But here's what I want to share with you all, right? You hear me talk about getting the government to be on your side every week, every month, every year, right? For this simple reason here, and that is because of the fact the federal government, the tax laws are not in favor for the working class member. You see what's happening here, right? The federal government can flex their collection power anytime they get ready, and you don't have no say-so about it. You don't have no say-so about it. And when they flex their collection power, you lose your buying power. Let me say that again. When the government flex their collection power, you as a citizen lose your buying power. And they can flex it at any time they get ready. This is a proven example of it. So if you know this federal government has that type of power, shouldn't you want that type of power to be on your side to where it's not affecting your lifestyle? If you get behind in student loan debt and you do a refund, you might as well cancel Christmas on that refund, because they're gonna take it and they're gonna apply it to get you caught up. They also can take your eligibility of qualifying for earned income credit and child tax credit. So sometimes I tend to think that I may be diarrhea at the mouth when I'm out here providing this awareness. You know what I'm saying? Because and I thank God for allowing me to be in a circle to where I'm getting empowered by this. But then when I share this, you know, sometimes I tend to think, are the people understanding or seeing what I'm sharing? Do they even appreciate what's being shared? You know what I mean? Because this is some life-changing information here. You don't want to be that guy or that gal to get hit by the federal government because you behind in a student loan debt and you're looking at that $10,000 tax refund that you're probably going to get to see not one red cent of it. What's up, Chris? Thanks for jumping on. To see not one red cent of it because of the fact the federal government have flexed their collection power. And when they do, you lose your buying power. You'll read on in an article to where they flex their power so much that it's leaving people homeless. Just like this young lady in this article. There's somewhere down in the article, you'll see that a male, a veteran who is homeless got hit by this. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, there is a way to where you can get the government on your side. All right. I want you to think about this. Earned income credit, child tax credit, those are huge incentive, but that's on your personal side. But let's say that you're a business owner, okay? And you employ your children into your business and you give your children what we call wages, but we say contract labor in business world, a 1099 your child into your business. Guess what? Now you can deduct that cost on your business expense to where it lowers your tax liability. But then also now you don't have to worry about the earned income credit or the child tax credit because of the fact you get a bigger tax savings over here as a business owner, which means the more tax savings that you got on a business as business ownership, the bigger your refund can get. But your refund on the personal side is all predicated on earned income credit and child tax credit. Those are your two biggest tax savings as an individual or a family on your personal side. Anything outside of that, charitable contribution no longer plays a role or factor into huge tax savings. What else? Because that outside of the child tax credit and earned income credit, charitable contribution was the third biggest tax incentive. But in the new tax laws, they cut that down too. If you got mortgage interest, okay, that if you're a mortgage owner, you can claim your mortgage interest. That helps. But it's very little tax savings that you can claim on your personal side, that where if you're a business owner, now you can claim more. So I don't worry about the child tax credit or the earned income credit because I get a bigger tax saving as a business owner because I employ my two daughters into my business. I 1099 them. A 1099 is nothing more than a fancy tax code, just like a W-2 to wages. 1099 in business ownership just simply means I paid somebody to do some work. It's just on a different form, 1099. But it's taxed less. It's only taxed at 15%, whereas your wages is taxed at 33%. Now you being taxed and then you being taken. Hold on. You're being taxed and then you're being taken. I'm gonna let that sink in with you all. You're being taxed and then you're being taken, and you cool with that, or you're not worried about that, or it really doesn't. You're not worried about it because it's not you until it becomes you. Then now you want to double back to this video. Then you want to ask someone who shared this video, come to say, what is this video you're talking about? I'm like, oh, so okay. 2 years later, you want to take action on it. When I've been sounding the alarm way before then. Victor's saying writing off everything possible as a business expense. You keep telling it. Yes, yep, absolutely. Because of the fact the tax laws favors the business owners. It never favored, and I had to learn this, it never favored the wage income earner. Never did. Never did, and it never will. Okay? Because earning wages does not, in the government eyes, that is, earning wages does not fuel or support capitalism. And that's what this country is founded on. Those premises called capitalism is founded on business ownership and investment. And they're always going to have tax laws that favor those who are in that realm. If you're not in that realm, if you just still sitting at just earning wages in that realm, you're going to always have the government tax you and take you for your money. You be singing the Biggie song, Biggie Small songs, somebody sticking me for my papers. You're going to be singing that song year in and year out if you don't do anything about it. Okay? So here's what I want to do, because I think I done babbled enough about this. Click the link as far as going to that article to read more on it. All right? But I also provided a link for those who want to get the government on their side, to where the government, you want to keep the government from flexing their collection power, to where you won't lose your buying power. Now, if that's you, go ahead and click the second link in this caption. And the second link is going to be getyourmoneymatters.com. Get Your Money Matters. I need to change that. Getyourmoneymatters.now, that site. Okay. That's I'm gonna change that, because that's the wrong site that I put in there. So I'm gonna change that soon as I get off this actually, I can change it right now. Let me change it right now before I get off, because I will forget. Okay. So it's going to be getyourmoneymatters.now.site. Okay. Click on that link if you want to know, if you want to learn more about these strategies as far as how you can get the government on your side, to where you won't get hit or get affected by the government flexing their collection power, to where you start losing your buying power. We don't want anybody to lose their buying power at all. All right. This is yours truly, Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact we get up each and every day to earn it. You have the right to keep it. The only way you're going to keep your money is to have some financial awareness. All right. If you don't have any financial awareness, you'll be in the financial darkness or in the financial wilderness, getting affected by yours truly, the government. All right. Remember, if you're just earning wages by itself, you're going to always have the government tax you and take you for your money. Isn't it time to reverse that? Shouldn't it be time to reverse that? I think so. Allow me to help you reverse that. All right. Just click the second link below to find out how you can reverse that issue. All right. We'll talk at y'all later. Y'all have a blessed evening, and we'll talk more if I come across some awareness. All right. Peace.